are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you are, this is the P Square live in the studio.
Yeah.
And of course, we have James behind the camera, making sure that you can see our faces and all that. So, of course, we're going to be brief today, but though we're going to give you the details of the happening in the country. Of course, it's Monday, right?
Yeah, Democracy
And
Day.
Democracy Day, June 12th.
Okay.
And memories. I know most people will be talking about MKO Abiola today, and so on and so forth. The people that champions democracy in the country, and of course, we have some list of 15 things that the current president has done since he came to the office, and I think one stand out: removal of subsidy. That one stood out. So let's just kickstart. We saw Serap sues Tinubu over failure to probe missing $2.1 billion, 3.1 trillion of subsidy payments. Because this payment has been, because normally what they said was that before the subsidy will be removed at the beginning of next month, which is July, and they came in immediately and removed the subsidy. And this payment now has already been made. So Serap now saying that why haven't you probed this money? 3.1 trillion naira is a lot of money. So that's the issue right there. And it's a normal thing to do.
It's a normal thing to do, actually.
Yeah, you have paid somebody money and the contract has been stopped. You see how you can recover that money. As simple as that. Okay. So moving on.
Okay, this headline reads Democracy Day. Tinubu hails MKO Abiola, promises to ease subsidy removal plan.
They promise to ease. I don't know. When it comes to this, I take my personal opinion on this, right? You want to do something, at least. I remember during Goodluck Jonathan's era, when they try to remove this subsidy, they made buses available. They gave buses to some states to ease the means of transportation, to take it so that people could not suffer too much. And it would have been nice if something of this nature is put in place first before you remove the subsidy. Now, for how many days now they have this subsidy issue has been removed. People are suffering, paying lots of money, transportation to work. So people have been forced to relocate close to their office. A lot of people have been disorganized as a result of this. It shouldn't be so. I think the easing of the pain should be the first thing. There should be a palliative measure first before the removal of the subsidy.
Yes.
And now the NLC, we don't know what is going to come out from the NLC as we speak. So, okay, he promised to ease the pain, right? But what are the measures? What are you going to do to ease this pain right now? Because I'm suffering already. I'm feeling the brunt already. Yes.
Likewise, me.
Because last time, Mr. Peter, before I used to buy for like 5,500, I bought at the rate of 15,000 naira. The keg wasn't the traffic is still there. It's even increasing. So you buy fuel at such expensive rate, then still find yourself in traffic. You end up burning, wasting the fuel there. This is terrible. This is terrible. So okay, let's see the measure they're going to put in place to ease the pain, because indeed Nigeria is actually going through pains.
Yeah.
So we have the other story there.
Okay, that news is from Punch newspaper, and then this next one: Presidency backs Christian Senate President. Betara Gidi step down.
I don't want anybody to start looking at the statement of El-Rufai, because I think he's been warned that his utterances can set the country on fire. But I would like you to know this is a country of diverse culture, religions, and all that. Yeah. And if you want to actually have peace as a leader, you have to recognize everybody's at once. Give them what you know that belongs to them. This is not, as far as I'm concerned, I think this post should go to the southeast states, states. The Senate presidency should go to the Southeast states because we have the North and Southwest occupying the first and second position. The third should go to Southeast. Although the matter is still in court, we don't know what's going to come out from that case because it's getting tough in the court. But at the same time, since they have been sworn in and things need to start moving on based on the Constitution, then things have to be done in the way that it will benefit everybody at the region. Because if they fail to do this, I can assure you there will be anger. There will be unrest in that region because they will feel they've been complaining that they feel alienated, they feel separated, and this will be more of that. So I think it's the right thing to do. I have to give that position to that people from that region. And so, Mr. Peter, we're looking at
that news is from Punch paper. Then this next one, DSS seized Emefiele's passport, plan home office search.
Okay, yeah. Everybody, we all saw this coming because while the former president was still there, we saw how it was. DSS came to him like those some time ago, barricades in place and all that. But at the end, we saw the whole thing die down, and we saw Kosiewo, Kosiepo, Mawole, right? Mr. Peter, you explained that to our viewers, right? There was no fuel, there was no money, right? So we saw the shaking at that time, and people felt that the CBN was directly fighting Tinubu's chances of becoming a president. And of course, we saw this coming, that you cannot actually manage resources for 8 years without error. Because some people can do it, but in this government, in this country that you and I we are living in, looking at what has happened in the 8 years, where they can swallow money, monkey can take money away, and the termite can eat evidences. Of course, you know that a lot of things can happen. Yes, so, and that's what they've been asking him now. This money you have proven, that what was it for? Where's the money? Where did it go? I think it's the right probing. He should be able to explain all this. And if you find you don't be guilty of it, you go free. But if you are guilty, of course, that's what we want justice. This was the reason why Buhari was voted in. Where a lot of people were like, hey, good law was so soft, he can't probe it, a lot of people are stealing money, can't do anything. Everybody now rally around the Buhari, believing that with that military mentality, he will just come and ensure he jails some of these people so that our money will not be stolen. We now discover that. But at the end of that administration, Mr. Peter, like 3 times what we saw in Goodlaw's era. So this was happening. 3 point something. You know how much we are talking about here? It's a lot of money that was approved. You know, there was a lot of injustice in the case that how can a sitting CBN governor be earning to become to be contesting election? That was against our constitution. But we saw this error those days, and I saw this coming. So he should answer for it, okay? If he's not guilty, of course, the court will do that. But I saw Falana, Mr. Falana, saying that DSS don't have much power over that is EFCC that should be handling this case. Because I think they should listen. Because if indeed DSS don't have the capacity, does not have their jurisdiction does not cover this, and they go ahead and do this, and they use technicalities to silence this case, and it will come out free. So I think the right body should be able to handle this case and every other cases so that they can be the outcome can be justifiable. Okay. Then
okay, that news is from the Punch paper. Then this new one, breaking, subsidy removal necessary, sacrifice to save Nigeria from collapse. Tinubu.
Mr. Peter, they will always justify their actions. But you and I know very well that people are groaning. People are groaning. If nobody will tell you they are not groaning. Companies, they're also groaning. Because the cost, the staffs are complaining. Because if you earn 100,000 before, you need to earn like 250 now to be able to sustain this removal of subsidy. Which company is going to pay you that amount of money at this time? When the company is also bearing costs of running the business because of this subsidy removal. So everyone, they're all money as regards this subsidy. The sacrifice is too much to be paid. Is this only way to deal with this? The Dangote refinery is almost about ready. Why can't we fix our own refinery? If this refinery are functioning in the within the country, the issue of subsidy is dead. Now it would just die natural death without you and I suffering it. But nobody's looking toward this direction. That just bring the pain on everybody. Somebody was saying that, are you sure that as if they are trying to use this to create to have a price at Dangote refinery, price of refining. So the price of refining here will not be almost the same thing with the one overseas. It's business. We don't know. It's possible. It's possible. But I would have felt it would be far, far cheaper to refine here. It should be far better than refine than to send outside the country to go and refine. You know. So we just pray that this country things don't go haywire. Okay.
Okay, so that's on that. You can see that from the Nation paper.
Yeah.
Okay, this new one, Emefiele, there is no intention to interfere with DSS invasion, says Ohanaeze.
So the APES Igbo Social Cultural Organization, Ohanaeze in Igbo, says it has no intention to interfere with the investigation. I don't think anybody should interfere.
Nobody.
Yes, I think this country should grow.
And the DSS
Yeah, we should go to the level that when somebody commits a crime, he or she suffer for the crime committed. If indeed, I'm not saying he's guilty, because on the long run, he might say, okay, this morning I signed like the issue of Dasuki. Dasuki case, you saw a lot of people were fingered in that arms money. People were fingered. So I'm sure he will not just do something. Somebody is involved. Somebody asked him to do something. So they should be able to make him to open up and explain who and who. Let them, those that will be roped in this kind of killing, let bring all of them together. Let them face the justice. It's as simple as that. So I don't think anybody should interfere. Nobody should interfere. Leave it. So that whoever is being appointed next time to serve in that capacity, be very careful. You know. So moving on.
Okay, that's on that. You can view that from channels. Okay, this one, Democracy Day. 15 things Tinubu has done since moving into Aso Rock.
This is on channels, so I'm going to read it from here. Number 1 says, met with the service chiefs and NSA. I don't say that's an achievement yet, but that is listed here. Then had a forum with the governors of the 36 states. Okay, it's a normal thing. Appointed Gbadagba Miela, chief of staff. Okay, that's unexpected. Okay. Well, to me, it's expected because one thing I know about Mr. Tinubu is that if you're loyal to him, he keeps promoting you. If you're loyal to him, he promotes you. He takes you up. If you do his bidding. But if you don't do his bidding, like in case of Ambode, nobody will remember you. Okay. Made Akume, SGF, charged representatives of major oil marketers, give them an order to do things. Then ask Shettima led NEC to find palliative for subsidy. Okay. Had a meeting with traditional rulers. We talked about it last time that all Ooni of Ife, so they all had meeting, and we hope this will not result to adding traditional this into the constitution. Okay. Selected and got approval for 20 special advisors. Then negotiated with Jehusu, that is a medical body that were planning to enforce strike and all that. So here I negotiated with them. Reached agreement with NLC. The agreement has not been enforced yet because the price that we saw there is still what we have. The NLC have not done anything. If you want to do something, you don't need to start telling somebody, I want to do something tomorrow. When you want to remove subsidy, they tell you. It was announced on that same day. The following day, the whole crisis starts. So if you want to embark on strike, or you're not comfortable with what the government has done, you embark on strike. Then the government come back to status quo, they go back to the former price. Therefore, you negotiate, then agree on something. That's how it should be done in a very democratic system. So Yeah, he used his power. He was able to broker deal with NLC, so we don't know what the deal was. Signed 2023 electricity bill into law. Okay.
That's amazing.
Assented to bill on new retirement age for judiciary. So that's another one. Made fundamental declaration regarding subsidy. That was made on the first day. Met with opposition leaders. Yeah. This even before now, he's been trying to do this. We saw how he met. He met with the 5G governors. You know, we know right from the onset, this guy is working with Atiku. So they've been on that group, and some of them actually worked.
They've been on their own.
Yes, and some of them actually worked for his emergence, which of course is being contested in the court because there's a lot of infraction in that some of these states. You know, so he met with them. We don't know what the deals were. Suspended Emefiele as CBN governor, which is most current. So, so these are the 15 things he has done so far. But I think, has it affected you in any way, Mr. Peter?
No, it has not affected
you. Negatively instead?
Negatively instead.
Okay. Me too. I have not seen any benefit from all these 15 things that have been done. Instead, I can tell you this subsidy removal affected me negatively and a lot of average Nigerians out there. We want to say something that will affect people positively, that can bring joy to the people, bring hope to the people. Because some of their slogan was that renew the hope. Renewed hope, is this subsidy removal? Okay. So, yeah, it's just a tidbit today. Just want to be very brief. Just want you to have some of the gist of what we're talking about. All these are all in the dailies, the top headlines today. So we hope you enjoy yourself, and we will be back as usual. It's been the P Square from Prime Media Studio. I've got James behind the camera. So we're upgrading. You'll be seeing a lot of changes very soon, okay? Yeah. Subscribe and follow us as we keep giving you tidbit on the Prime Media Studio. Have a nice day.